Hey, what do you got for us, Michelle?
So, we've been studying the Holy Spirit. It's so funny that you got that question ahead of mine. We've been studying the Holy Spirit, and I have been I want to be sensitive to the Holy Spirit. And so I'm not always sure when the Holy Spirit is using me to do something, or, because you can look at an evangelist or a singer and you can say to yourself, wow, God has really just empowered that person.
Right.
But I'm just a regular old plain Jane. I don't have those gifts. And so how do I know when the Holy Spirit is using me?
Good, good. I love your question. About 99.9, maybe even 100% of us are plain Janes, really, when it comes down to it. The fact that someone calls themselves an evangelist or is in full-time ministry or this, that, or the other, they still need to wake up and ask the question you're asking, because they eat cereal and take the kids to school and live life and do laundry and wax the floors and so on and so forth. They got to know the answer. And, the short answer is Christ is your life. Christ is not just a missions trip. Christ is your life. Christ is not a sermon. Christ is your life. And when you look at not the gifts of the Spirit, because those are unique across 50 people, they're going to be unique. But what's the commonality? What do we have in common? The fruit of the Spirit. So that's where we can expect to see Jesus working in us and through us in every way, every single day, as he is loving people through us and encouraging people through us with gentleness and kindness and self-control. I mean, that's the evidence that the Holy Spirit is at work. As far as knowing when you're being used, I would drop that entirely. The last thing we need is millions of Christians who run around thinking they know when they're being used by God. I don't know when I'm being used by God. I walk by faith, not by sight. I trust him every moment. Sometimes I feel great. Sometimes I feel horrible. Sometimes I feel nothing. But I walk by faith. And I put my faith in the truth, not in a feeling. So I don't have to feel used by God. I can just know the truth and trust Jesus and let the truth set me free. And if people benefit from that, fantastic. But my job is to learn who I am in Jesus Christ, wake up every day, and be myself. You've got all kinds of roles. Perhaps you're a mother, a sister, a daughter. You've got friends and family and colleagues around you. You play so many roles. Well, Jesus just wants to be your life in the midst of all those relationships. That's what it's about. Not a particular expectation, just letting Jesus be himself through you.
For more information on Andrew's books, please visit andrewfarley.org. That's andrewfarley.org. Join us every week at this time as we invite you to celebrate the freedom of God's grace. Goodbye, everybody.